The field of candidates for Milwaukee County Executive is growing. At least 7 people have either declared or expected to jump in the race very soon. We've been talking to the candidates who will face off in a February primary. Today, we're joined by Democratic state lawmaker David Crowley of Milwaukee, who announced his bid last month. Representative, good to have you on up front.
Thank you for having me. Glad to be here.
Curious how you stand out in a field of candidates with an array of backgrounds and an array of support.
Well, one, I'm the only candidate in this race that can get things done.
How so?
Well, my experience as a state legislature has really been bringing folks to the table, whether we're talking about Democrats or Republicans, unions and members of our business community to the table. And so when you think about somebody who can bring folks to the table, I am that person. We have a perfect example of that when we look at the Lincoln Hills legislation that was passed last session. I was able to get Democrats and Republicans into the same room and hammer that out because we had a shared goal, and it was something that the community wanted to happen.
As you know, in Madison, Republicans are oftentimes critical of the spending practices in the city of Milwaukee and Milwaukee County. With the proposed 1% sales tax increase on the table, is that the right approach, another tax increase to solve the budget crisis?
Well, one, I think it's a perfect example of what this community can do when you get everybody in the same room, right? So everybody believes that we need this 1% sales tax so we can take care of the issues facing our community. But I don't think it's the end-all, be-all. We need to be building relationships with the state legislature as well as the governor's administration, but more importantly, our neighboring counties. Right now, Milwaukee County does have a shared revenue problem. It's not unique to Milwaukee County, so we need to turn this into a 72-county issue so we can work with our neighbors and look at how shared revenue actually funds our municipalities throughout the state of Wisconsin.
As you know, before voters in Milwaukee County could even vote on this potential sales tax increase, the legislature would have to approve that vote. Yes. Republican leaders have said this is not going to happen. So I guess with that a realistic possibility, how do you close the budget gap if this 1% sales tax isn't there?
Well, I mean, you hit it right on the head. It is unlikely that this may happen with the current makeup, but I think it's working with our state legislature and our governor administration to really tackle the shared revenue problem. But one thing I can tell you is that our office will create an office strictly going after federal and state grants as well as foundational grants to bring as many resources back to Milwaukee County as possible so we can continue to provide quality services as well as giving more people more opportunities regardless of their zip code.
Critics may say those are just Band-Aids in terms of federal grants and potential one-time spending, and that could actually dig the county deeper into a budget crisis.
Well, so it's really about finding everything that's out on the table right now. We need to look at everything that's out there, and again, it's about bringing everybody to the table. As county executive, I won't be making all these decisions on my own because we need everybody to be a part of these discussions, and so I think it's critically important that we have everything on the table and we work with our neighbors and every stakeholder here in Milwaukee County.
Daniel Bice reported this week that State Senator Chris Larson is asking his fellow candidates to sign a letter to run a clean and positive campaign, I think is how he worded it. Have you been asked, and what do you think of that?
Well, I haven't seen the letter yet, so I can't tell you if I was signing it or not. But when I seen the article actually come out, the question I had was, is this something that's going to be moved forward? I mean, it doesn't look like it's going that far. And so for me, this campaign is not about gimmicks or about campaign stunts. We're building this campaign about reaching out to every Milwaukee County resident to improve the quality living of them, but as well as their neighbors.
As you and I have talked about before, research has shown that Milwaukee is one of the most segregated cities in the country. Curious if you have experienced that firsthand and whether an African-American county executive could help bridge that gap.
I mean, absolutely. That's one of the things that we're going to tackle head on in my administration. As an African-American growing up, I understand the tale of 2 counties here in Milwaukee County. And so if we're going to do this, I mean, it's a national embarrassment. It's been happening year after year. And by the time I am done being the next county executive, I will make sure that we are removed from that list.
We talked with Governor Evers this past week about guns in the wake of the school incidents across the state this past week. And he has backed off his approach from pushing for background checks and a red flag law and going more towards mental health. Is that the right approach for Democrats?
Well, I think it's right now we have to have everything on the table. We know with the current makeup of the current legislature, we weren't able to get universal background checks or red flag laws even on the calendar. And so I think the governor is really taking the steps that he believes we need to take in order to get everybody on board. But more importantly, so Democrats and Republicans can have some honest conversations about how to fix this problem.
Do you believe that's the right approach?
I think that we have to focus on mental health, but I would love to see us doing a little bit more on guns as it relates to universal background checks and red flag laws. Absolutely.
A lot of work ahead on the campaign trail in the coming weeks ahead of February.
Absolutely.
Representative David Crowley, good to see you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure.
Next on Up Front, the last time the Senate held an impeachment trial and the Wisconsin man who presided.